Streamline billing with universal record updates. Now, the first question is, where do we use universal record update button? There are situations in which you want to make edits to your bills, right? But the edit, I mean, you don't necessarily need to go into the edit page and make a lot of edits. You only have to make a small edit, like a status update, right? That's just an example. A small edit to just a single field. And the question is that for a full administrator, for an administrator, the question is like, should I give an edit option to somebody to just make the small change? Or the decision has been made by the company that we won't be giving edit option to a particular user or a set of users who will be coming under a particular role. In such kind of situations, we can create record update buttons where you can simply update a single field. And for that button alone, we can provide permissions for roles. And that's the way in which the universal record update button works. So identifying the change is very easy because it gets reflected on top of the bills. You can spot it very easily. And if you only want to make a very small change in a very quick manner, it can be changed. So like I said, universal record update button was only present with respect to invoices and sales orders, right? We have spread it all along the software. That's what we will be speaking about. So this is the first branch. And in order to show you this, we'll be switching into the second branch, right? Yes. So let's get started. We'll create a new custom field in this branch. And we have notes and delivery status already against invoices. So we can create a new field under invoice itself called project status. Yes. So we'll keep it in a drop-down manner where the statuses will be pending, initiated, on hold, and completed. Okay, so let's take a situation. Under invoice, we obviously know that we can associate an invoice to a project. But imagine an invoice is associated with a project, and somebody making that change in invoice want to change the status of the project based on what gets reflected in the project section, right? So that you can use a smart views and people who need to understand which all invoices are pending against any kind of projects, or projects are pending against any kind of invoices. Such kind of details can be obtained. Okay, so the default value will be pending and include in all forms, and let's click on submit and done. So we have project status. We'll be going to the template builder, and under invoices, the custom field preferences, let's update it. So project status is also added, and customer note, multiple branches, then delivery status, notes, and everything. I'm not going to put it there. I'm just going to put project status, and let me just save it. Okay, done. Okay. So we'll return back. So we created a custom field. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create an invoice in this particular branch. And yeah, the delivery status, the project status will be staying as pending. We're not going to do anything else there. We're going to select a few items. Let's give the price and project. Yes, done. This is a cost. Let's save it. Okay, a negative stock validation from GoPickle. We'll remove it. Let's save it. Okay. So right now, we have such kind of an invoice here, right? Now, what does a record update button do? This is a standard way in which an invoice will be created. Now, what does a record update button do? When you go to the record update button and under invoices, we can create a new record update button, right? The record update button will be having the name project status, and this will be assigned to a full administrator. And let's say SPA is a role. Somebody who's under SPA also will be having access to this. So what is the description comes under? Description will be like to update the status of projects associated with this invoice. All right, let me select project status, submit. Right now, what happens? When we reload it, we can see a project status button here. Now imagine, now this is a full administrator view, right? Imagine I'm somebody who has a role of SPA, whatever the role is, it doesn't matter. I'm somebody who comes under the role of SPA. And I'm provided with a permission to update the status of the projects. So right now the project is in a pending state, right? And at the time in which the project gets started, I need to change it. So rather than going to the edit page and changing it into initiated, right, where I don't have access to the edit page, the SPA role, I comes under the SPA role, the department, and I don't have access to edit this invoice. What can I do? I can utilize the project status page, and this is in a drop-down manner. I can click on initiated, I can click on submit, and voila, record updated successfully. So you can see that the project status is in an initiated manner. And when the project is completed, I can come here, I can click on submit, the project is in a completed manner. So this is what we can achieve with the record update button. But this was already bought in like a month or so before. I mean, I think 2 months before. So what we have done is we have spread this. Initially, the record update button was only present under invoices, right? And then sales orders. So right now, I think sales order is not enabled here. Yes, sales order is not enabled. So let me just go to settings and we will enable all the other bills also. So quotation, sales orders, delivery note, pro forma, then packing slip, everything. So let me click on save and we'll go again to the purchase preferences. Everything has been enabled. Yes. Now let's return back to the record update button and let me just show it to you. Yes. Right now, for invoices, retail invoices, quotation, sales orders. Initially, it was just invoices and sales orders. Right now, we have spread it into all of these bills. That is the game.